morning, guys. It's Wednesday. And I'm back. As you can see in my house, I am back. And I miss you guys, so I figured I would vlog today. We'll see how this works out because I'm having just some like mental battles with myself, and I'm gonna talk through it with you guys, but I'm trying to stay on track because obviously when I'm out of town traveling, I eat out 3 meals a day, and it just puts me in this spiral of bad eating. So I'm trying to pull myself back, and sorry, my contact got like loose there for a second. Pull myself back. So I am currently right now, today, in this very moment, I get that specific because it could change tomorrow. I'm tracking my calories. Again, we can talk about this much more in detail later, but I figured I would show you my breakfast. It's pretty much what you've seen before, but I'm interested to see how many calories it is, and to be really mindful of the calories. So I think in my current headspace, like I've told you guys how I love Simply Filling, and I do. I think Simply Filling is great. But I have also said to you in the past that Simply Filling is for the correct mindset. You have to be in the right mindset to be successful in Simply Filling. And I know personally, I'm just not there right now. Like mentally, I'm not there right now. I can really abuse it. So I need to put control on myself, if that makes sense. And I'm counting my calories right now. I am using the app called Noom. I put a little story up on Instagram. I know I'm like terrible with stories. Karen is probably like, Molly, get with it. But I don't know. It's so much. Like social media is so much. Anyway. So I put a little story on Instagram stories to see if anybody had heard of Noom. What were your thoughts? Were you using it? A couple of people said that they use it and they absolutely love it. And then some people were really interested to hear what I thought or what I heard. So I'm going to share that on Instagram, but I'll also share it in this video. So I am using Noom. Noom has a 14-day free trial, 14-day trial, and you tell them how much you want to pay for it. So I chose $1. So I am paying $1 for 14 days, and then after that, I actually used somebody's 20% off code. So if I continue after the 14 days, I get 20% off, I think for 8 months. Depending on my plan, like my personal weight loss plan that I want to do, I think it was 8 months, and it was like $120 or something, I want to say, for 8 months, which breaks down to like $15 or $20 a month, which is less than what I'm paying for Weight Watchers, or is less than a Joe Schmo, like regular Weight Watcher person would pay. My company pays for half of Weight Watchers, so I pay 20 something a month for Weight Watchers right now. Anyway, so I'm using the Noom app, and we'll talk about it in greater detail, like I said. So I'm going to flip you around, show you breakfast. It should look very similar to what I normally have. But it's measured and weighed and tracked. So we'll see. Okay, look familiar? So of course I have my grits. Today's Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday I had an English muffin with some real peanut butter on it and some sugar-free jelly and a banana. I really want to make overnight oats. I just haven't done the actual prep for it. So that's in my plan, as well as I saw RIP Fat Girl. She did a a meal prep with blueberry oat loaf, which looks so good. So I kind of want to do that as well. Anyway, this is for what's for breakfast today, since all my other plans have failed. Grits. A 1/4 cup, which is a serving size, and you add a cup of water and it makes this. I can't tell you the calories. I should be vlogging on my camera actually. Okay, so I decided to get my camera so that you can also see my phone. There we go. So this is the Noom app. I am 3 days in, and I have logged my breakfast. And and this is what we've got. So let me see if I can read it. Quaker Quick Grits, 130 calories for that serving, which is 37 grams, which is a quarter cup. So that's what I've got there, 130 calories. And then I do have some of the I can't believe it's not butter spray in there, 0 calories for that. I do have a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil in there for 40 calories. And some salt. So that is my grits. Then I have my coffee, of course, which I did the Starbucks medium roast because that's what I had in my fridge. And for a serving, which is 8 fluid ounces or 240 mils, it's 10 calories. Fat-free milk. This is simply filling. So is the coffee. So are the grits. By the way, so is the olive oil. So if you're still doing simply filling, you know, because I convinced you to do it, and now I'm paying attention to calories, this is all still simply filling. So, fat-free milk, 90 calories for a cup. I did 3/4 of a cup. I started with half, and then I just wanted more in my coffee, so I did 3/4 of a cup. That is tracked in my Noom app. And then I was shopping when I got back into town, and I just wanted to try this. I go back and forth on the whole sugar-free, fat-free stuff, so I wanted to try this. I have 2 tablespoons of this in my coffee. A tablespoon is 30 calories. So 60 calories for that in my coffee. So that's breakfast. Breakfast total was 308 calories. So I'm all set. Here's my lunch, guys. I have 5 ounces of grapes. Y'all, that is 5 ounces of grapes. That's 90, I think, 4 calories. Oh my gosh. Like the amount of grapes, I could eat an entire bag. So that's 94 calories. Then I have an Olay Extreme Wellness Wrap, the high fiber ones, which are simply filling, but they are 50 calories. And then I have these guys, which I think these are the simply filling burgers. They're 100 calories, all American veggie burgers. Yes, right? No, they're not. They used to be, maybe, I feel like, or is it the flame grilled ones that were simply filling? I don't know. I was having trouble finding the right veggie burger for Boca. I found these in my freezer. I have no idea if they're the simply filling ones or not. But for me, they're 100 calories right now. And then I have a slice of Borden fat-free all-American cheese in there, American cheese in there, which is, I think, 30 calories. I have some lettuce. I have a tablespoon of ketchup, some mustard. I have a pickle, and some onion. So this thing right here is 312 calories. We'll see how long this lasts me. It's 1:12, and I am very hungry. Only because I was doing some stuff, like I didn't stop earlier when I should have eaten. Not because I'm like limiting myself, but 312 for lunch so far. Okay, so I promised you that I would chat with you about my mental state. First of all, my neck. I was in Minnesota for 2 weeks for work. And I believe I had some sort of allergic reaction to a fiberfill pillow, of all things. The story goes like this. I've told this so many times. I was staying in a hotel and I couldn't sleep. I wasn't sleeping well. The bed was hard and the pillows were feather. So with feather pillows, they just immediately like shrink. Like there's no substantialness to them. So I thought, oh, let me go to Target and buy a pillow so that I can sleep better. So I get a $6 like standard fiberfill pillow on a Friday evening. Saturday morning, I woke up with a rash on my neck. It was very minimal, but it was there. And I just so happened in that morning, like before I noticed the rash, I had laid on the duvet cover on the bed. So I thought, oh, I wonder if it's the bedding that's giving me this rash. And well, I thought about, is it the bedding, maybe a couple days later. because it continued. And then on, was it Tuesday? I finally told the hotel, like, hey, I think I'm getting a rash from your bedding. Is there something you can wash, like something else you can wash it in? Because, you know, this never happens to me. Oh, I should tell you this. It was at a Hampton, and my dad is a general manager for a Hampton, and he's able to tell me that they might be able to do this for you. So I asked them, I said, is there anything else you can wash my bedding in? I think I'm getting a rash from it. And they said, we can, but let's try and just strip everything first and change it all out and see if that fixes the problem. I said, okay. So they did that, and with doing that, they took away all the feather pillows and they replaced them with fiberfill pillows. I was like, okay, great. Everything's fresh. We're going to be able to see what happens. And then the next morning, it was way worse. And I said, this doesn't make any sense. They've changed the bedding. And then my dad said that they wash all Hamptons wash all of their linens in the same stuff. And I have stayed in plenty of Hamptons and never had an issue because my dad is general manager. I've just always go to Hamptons. So then I thought, oh my God, what if it's this pillow? Because that was the first day I had noticed it was after sleeping with this type of pillow, and I never sleep with this type of pillow because I have a down alternative at home, and when I travel, I bring my pillow typically, but I didn't bring it for these 2 weeks. So I believe it is the fiberfill pillow, because it did get significantly worse once all of my pillows were fiberfill. And it's now reacting like a burn where it's peeling. So it's pretty intense. But you can't, like, I promise you, it's actually much better than it was before. So anyway, that's the story on my neck. Mindset. So, I don't know, y'all. I have a lot of thoughts rolling around in my head, as per usual. My first thought is, I'm so tired of having to worry about this. Anybody else with me? I'm so tired of it. I'm so sick and tired of having to be concerned about what I'm eating and how much weight I'm going to gain because of it, or trying to lose the weight. But the converse to that is I am so tired of looking the way that I do and not feeling comfortable in stuff and having this baby weight and more to lose. And I'm tired of not being able to walk into any store, for example, at the Mall of America, and try on a 12 and be happy with it, not have to sometimes order online or go to a specific store for my size. Like, I'm tired of that. So I do want to lose the weight because I'm tired of having to do those things and I want to look better. And of course, I mean, I'll be straight up honest with you. My weight loss, like my why, has really always been to look better. Like, it's been a vanity thing for me. But of course, I want to also lose weight and be healthy for my daughter. I want to be around for her for as long as possible. And I want to create like a healthy, just household for her, and then also for any future children that we have, because we do want to have a second child at some point, but I want to weigh less than I did when I got pregnant with Peyton, because it was really hard. My pregnancy was very difficult just on my body in general, and I didn't have any complications or anything like other people do, and obviously that is terrible to go through, but it was pregnancy was difficult for me. I did not enjoy being pregnant. It was just tough on my body, and I was uncomfortable almost all the time. So I want to be in a better place weight-wise before I were to get pregnant again. That's, I don't want to say fairly far off in the future, because I just realized when I turned 34 in July that I've always thought that we'd have another kid when Peyton was going to be 2, and that's in a year. So that's insane. Anyway, so that's my constant constant mental struggle. I go from one or the other. I'm sick and tired of having to do this, and I'm sick and tired of looking this way. So what do you do with that? I'm just sitting here Monday, Tuesday, I was just sitting like wallowing, so just down about it because I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it, and I don't want to do it anymore, but I don't want to do this anymore. You know what I mean? So honestly, like mentally, I am really struggling. And it's weird that a lot of other people are, not weird that, not that they shouldn't, weird that so many of us are struggling at the same time, I guess. I think anyway, in my YouTube world, a few people are struggling, which I'm able to talk with them and like, just be real on a friend level and share everything that I'm going through with them, and they can share what they're going through with me. And it's a lot of the same mentality, a lot of the same, the same feelings, the same struggle. So I also have difficulty with having this YouTube channel and coming on here and being like, hey, guess what? I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing with this channel, which I don't even know why I said that, because I don't feel like anyone should have expectations of me. Does that make sense? Like, people shouldn't put pressure on, for example, YouTube people. You said you were going to do this. Like, the main example that I have thought of recently is, and I get so angry about this, I get real defensive when it comes to my friends being hurt, or I'm not going to say attacked, but whatever. So, for example, Jess with Journey to Healthy. She was obviously on Weight Watchers for a very long time, and she has fought and fought and fought for this and tried so many different things and has done so much research and went all different ways within the Weight Watcher realm, and it just had finished working for her. So she's decided to try and is doing really well with keto. Props to her. I don't like keto. Keto's not for me, but that doesn't mean that she can't do it, because that's not what her channel started out to be. So she can't do keto. Like, give me a freaking break. Get off your soapbox. She can do whatever the hell she wants to do. It's her channel, it's her life, it's her weight loss. And if that's what works for her and her body, then get over it. Like, why do people think they have any right to say anything about it? Is just, it's beyond my comprehension. I don't know, like maybe I'm almost in a defensive place because I expect it to happen because it has happened to people that I know. And it has no place to happen, like absolutely has no place. God, this is just a verbal dump, honestly. So I don't know, like I also feel pressure from a Weight Watchers, or from a YouTube standpoint. Because like, what if Weight Watchers just isn't what I want to do anymore? I'm not saying that is what it is, but I'm saying, what if Weight Watchers was what I didn't want to do anymore, and I decided, you know what, calorie counting is going to be how I want to do things from now on, at least until I don't want to do it anymore. That's my prerogative. I can change what I want to do when I want to do it. Like, why would there ever be any sort of kickback on that? That's what I guess I don't understand. I don't know. I get that people need to be motivated by certain things, and certain topics aren't going to motivate them anymore, but there would be no reason to speak out on that and to say, you're disappointing me because of this, because you're choosing to do something different with your weight loss. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to look this way anymore. I have YouTube pressure. Like my personal reasons why. It's been so much that I can't concentrate on anything. Have you had that happen to you before, where you feel like you're being barraged with so much that you can't focus on any one thing? Like, it just doesn't work. So I was really feeling like that coming back from Minnesota. Minnesota, of course, I mentioned it before, but I'm eating like out 3 meals a day. And I guess I partially enjoyed not caring about it. Minnesota food is actually not really great. I apologize if anyone feels Minnesota food is amazing, but what I had in Bloomington was so bland. The times I tried to not eat chain restaurants, it just turned out poorly for me. So I stopped doing it and I ate chain restaurants. I'm sorry about the lighting. But like, it's not my money, so I can spend not whatever I want, but I can spend more than what I would probably spend if it were my money. And I just ate what I wanted to eat, and I ate beyond satisfaction. I know that. And I just didn't do it in a good way. So Minnesota was kind of a free-for-all. And then I come home and I'm now obviously having to deal with the aftermath of that. And also the 2 weeks before that, because again, with my work and just being stressed out, I just needed something easy and fast, and not having to cook, not having to clean. I didn't want to have to do that as well. I just didn't. So we ate out a lot. And so again, dealing with all that aftermath, and a Monday and Tuesday of this week, having to sit there and face all of the choices I had made, it just was so overwhelming, and it made me so just like almost like a rebellious feeling. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I wanted to try Noom out because I feel like it could do something for me mentally that Weight Watchers is just not doing. Weight Watchers is not working on my relationship with food. It's not. I don't have anything in my past that I can say, oh, this happened to me when I was a child, so that's why I love food so much. That's why I celebrate with food and commiserate with food and, fill time with food. I have nothing in my past that I can pull on that would relate at all to my relationship with food now. So I don't have anything like that to go on, but I really feel like Weight Watchers is not doing it for me in the mental aspect. There's only so many times I can hear them talk about move more and plan your snacks ahead and, try a new vegetable. Like, there's only so much of that before it just repeats. Do you notice that it just repeats? I don't know why, but I'm kind of becoming hip to their jive where it's really just repeated messages. I don't know if it's recently, like with the whole WW change, that it has become more repetitive. I didn't notice it before, but now that I think back on it, it is, it's pretty much those messages just on repeat. And of course, those things are important to healthy lifestyles, but it's not targeting or tackling it for me. It's just not. It's not tackling the obviously mental issue that I have with food. I feel entitled to food. I feel like other people can do it, so why can't I? And then I also feel like I shouldn't have to do this because other people don't have to do this. I'm sure other people, you guys, understand where I'm coming from with that. So I've just had a lot of like negative thoughts about weight loss happening in my head. So I had to get control and try and change it up. What time is it? 5:13. Okay. So that's why I was like, you know what? I'm going to try Noom. I did a little bit of research, not a lot. I looked into it a little bit. I watched a couple of videos on it. There were some bad reviews on Noom, mainly about coach interaction. But I don't know right now if the coach is going to be like a make it or break it thing for me. I don't know. I know that Noom is majority of calorie counting. They have the red, green, yellow food systems where, I said that in the opposite order, green, yellow, red. Green being foods that you should eat more than yellow and red. Yellow being foods you could eat more than red, and red are foods that you should eat more, like a limited amount of. They're sugars, things that don't have a lot of, things that are calorically dense. So again, sugars, red meats, stuff like that. It doesn't mean you can't eat them. You absolutely can. With calorie counting, you have a lot more freedom than I felt like I had on Weight Watchers. This is just my second day doing it, but what I have already noticed is calorie counting it's a lot more freeing, and I'm almost having a problem with that. Like, I have to remind myself, oh yeah, I don't have points to worry about. You have calories to worry about, which is kind of a similar thought process, but something, I don't know why, but just mentally they're different to me. Like, I have however many calories I have in a day, and I can eat, it just feels more freeing to me. I can't explain it. And then of course with Simply Filling, which I absolutely love Simply Filling and would highly recommend Simply Filling if you are on Weight Watchers, but you don't feel like, you're looking for a different program of theirs to try, because it's fine if you try other Weight Watcher programs. 100% okay. It's also fine if you do calorie counting, and it's fine if you do intermittent fasting. It's fine if you do keto. It's fine if you do anything. If it works for you and it's not hurting anybody else, it's fine. So where was I going with that? I actually don't remember now. Crud. I don't know why, but points and calories feel different to me. I am interested in Noom for the mental aspect. I'm hoping that it will do something for me mentally, and it will help me figure out triggers and just figure out that piece, because that is what is really lacking. I'll be honest about that. So if you feel like you've been working and working and working at it and it's just not working, if the effort isn't producing the result you would expect, it's okay to change. It is okay. Attacking or hitting at something and it not being affected is just wasting time. So it is okay to change. Find something that works for you. Try a whole bunch of different things. You're not disappointing anybody. You'd be disappointing if you were complacent and didn't do anything. So do something if you want to. Change what Weight Watchers program you're doing. Change completely from Weight Watchers. It's okay. No one should be upset at you for that. And if they are, consider their importance in your life. So I'm doing Noom. I'm going to see how it works. I am doing, I was talking about Simply Filling, right? Simply Filling. It's a great program. I absolutely love it. And it's perfect for people that want something different, but you have to be in the right mindset for it. I mentioned this before. I'm not in the right mindset for Simply Filling. I feel like I would abuse it. And I also feel like I want to be free in my choices. And Simply Filling, you have a list that you're eating from, the majority of the food that you're eating, and then yes, you can eat off the list and count points from your weeklies, but for whatever reason, that's still, I just don't want to be in a restrictive place right now. So that's why I'm going to do the Noom thing, going to do calorie counting, see how it works. see if I enjoy it or not. I also have been complete crap with water. The most horrendous performance with my water drinking. I cannot believe it. There are some days I had to force myself or like really, really, really try to get 12 or 24 ounces. Like absolutely horrible. So I have been really trying again to make that an effort, especially like this week. Today I've already had, I think 64 ounces, which is much more than I have had in the past couple of weeks, even month. So let's hope that helps as well. Okay, I've got to go pick up my baby. So I will show you dinner. I think we're going to do Subway. Chad has to go pick up some players from the airport. So Leanne and I are doing dinner by ourselves. I think we're going to do Subway. I have like 1,000 calories left for the day. I'm a little bit hungry, but I think I'm just going to hold out because I'll have Subway. And then honestly, I've been enjoying, those frozen dailies you can get. Well, you can get them unfrozen and then you freeze them. I've been having like one of those at night sometimes, and they're delicious. So I put them in a cup, I eat them with a spoon, and I love them. And they're around 200 something calories. So I think if I wanted to have one of those tonight, that would fit in with my budget. I'm not depriving myself right now of food. Like I said, I'm hungry, but I just don't feel like I'm a little bit hungry, but I'm not, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm depriving myself at this point. Anyway, okay, gotta go pick up the baby. I'll see you guys later. Hey guys, oh God, my office. There's like no good angle. I just wanted to quickly tell you what I had for dinner. I'm gonna put the image of my sub overneath my face. Over my face. I had a foot-long Subway cold cut combo, which I haven't had in a really long time. I did have them in Minnesota, but before that I hadn't had them in so long. I had one of those with provolone cheese. So a foot-long with cheese is actually 720 calories. I had 1,000, I think I had 1,100 something left for dinner. So I had that plus mustard, lettuce, tomato, onion, and pickle. The entire thing was 784 calories. I almost said points. 784 calories. I don't know how much that is in points. I feel like it's a lot of points because, again, I hadn't had them in so long, and honestly, that's one of my favorite subs from Subway. So, and then I had a Diet Dr. Pepper when I got home. I had the sub and the Diet Dr. Pepper when I got home. I had no chips. But for dessert, I had one of the Dailies frozen pouches, the Jamaican Smile. It's so yummy. It's, I wrote it down, 280 calories. So I had that, and also a Pink Lady apple. Pink Lady apple, a whole one. Noom says it's 71 calories. So I had that as well. And that finished out my day. I had, I think, 40 something calories left over. On Noom, you can tell it how quickly you want to lose weight. I'm pretty sure you can do that on MyFitnessPal too. Honestly, I haven't opened up MyFitnessPal in probably years. But you can tell it how quickly you want to lose weight and it calculates the calories for you. Obviously, you tell it your goal weight, your current weight, all that sort of stuff. So it was I originally had it that I wanted to lose it the fastest, I guess. I don't remember setting it that way, but it was set to lose the fastest, and I decided to move it to kind of medium, a little fast, a little slow. So I have, I think, about 1,700 or so calories to work with in a day. If you work out with Noom, it will take all of the calories that you burned working out and give you back half, which I really like, because then that makes sure that you're not basically another kind of not barrier, but it's making sure that you're not eating back all of the calories that you just burned. So that's pretty cool. I'm sorry, my hand's already hurting. And then what else with Noom quickly? Oh, it does have you weigh every day, which, normally on Weight Watchers, I wasn't really a fan of. However, their thought process behind that is to see if anything, you can actually see how foods affect your body. So if you are using 700 and something calories on a sub, and then the next day you're up whatever, or you didn't lose as much, you can then take that and decide, okay, that's something that I want to do all the time or not as often. And you can kind of watch, again, how foods affect you. So with that mentality, it doesn't bother me. I'm not somebody, gosh, I'm like stumbling all over my words. I'm not somebody that gets unhealthily attached to the scale at this point anyway. I think I have a pretty healthy relationship with the scale. I have a good opinion about it. I know that the scale isn't everything. I know that measurements are really important. I know obviously that water's important and that your body fluctuates all day, every day. So what the scale says isn't always a direct reflection of the work that I'm putting in. So I don't mind doing the daily weighing. If I think using it for that purpose to figure out what foods really affect your body is helpful. So that's a little bit about Noom. I'll try and put some, like a screenshot or an end piece on some accounts that I found on Instagram that are either following Noom or doing calorie counting, because I think that would be really helpful in case you want to look more into it. I haven't, if you do a search for YouTube videos on Noom, you'll find a couple of reviews. Again, a lot of them are bitter about the coach aspect. Their coach wasn't as, they didn't reach out. Some people think it's a fake, like a bot. It doesn't bother me at this point. Again, I'm doing that 14-day trial, which you can do as well. I'll put a link to Noom. Noom gives everybody a link for their friends or their family to use that will give you, I think 20% off going forward. Like after the 14-day trial, you can choose to continue with it. It would give you 20% off. So I'll put that down there in case that you want to at least see what it's all about and try it. For now, I think I'm going to continue with it. I am enjoying myself. I do feel like there's some sort of window that's been opened as far as food is concerned. Like I'm thinking about going grocery shopping or going to Sam's, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could look at 100 calorie packs of chips and it not be 4 points out of my day. It's just 100 calories. And for whatever reason, that works out better in my brain right now. So we'll see how it shakes out. But that's all, my friends. I think that is everything. I'm wearing a cool shirt. It says homie, mother, friend. So that's who I am. I'm your homie. I'm a mother, and I'm your friend. Let me know what you think down below. And I hope you guys are doing really well. I'm sorry that I was gone for so long. You know, why, just work and life and all of that. But I am going to try and be more present on YouTube. I'm back now. I don't have to teach for a while, so nothing should really derail my concentration. And I'm going to take you along for the ride as much as I can. So thank you again. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe and you are not already, please subscribe. I appreciate it, and I will see you soon.